Good morning, beautiful, gentle warriors. I have been promising a live video for over a week now, but as you've probably seen on my Facebook page, I've had so much going on. I've getting ready for a 6-week trip to South Africa, and I've only had like less than 3 weeks notice to get this whole trip sorted. Today, I just can't believe it's actually my last day in the beautiful Amber shop, and I couldn't ask for better weather out there in Ireland today. And although it's my last day seeing clients in Amber, I've still got clients coming up on Wednesday and a bit of Thursday as well. But I wanted to speak about, to me, a topic that's quite important, and that's defluffing the whole just have faith, just have faith and everything will be fine. Because that's something I really struggled with on this journey, and it took me a long time. People would just say, just hand it over to the universe and everything will be fine. And I was like, yeah, that's so easy for people to say, just hand it over and everything is going to be okay. Hand it over to an invisible thing and everything is going to be fine. But nobody tells you how you actually just hand this over. Like, just do it. Like, sure, how? But nobody will tell. Nobody could tell me how to do this. And it took me a long time to realize I get put in constant situations where my faith is tested. I mean, going into South Africa, using the last of my savings to get there, going into a township in the most dangerous time at the moment in South Africa, where South Africa is declared the most dangerous place in the world to live for children and women due to, rape and murder and violence. And yeah, I'm not only going back to a country that I'm quite fearful of and where a lot of my friends are trying to flee out of, but I'm going to go and stay in a township for 2 solid weeks. And then I'm going in and out of that township for another 2 weeks. So it's 4 weeks in total I'm in this township. And that is real fear for my life. And I don't know which is more dangerous, because I speak to people that aren't in the spiritual realm, like business analysts, and I'm an ex-project manager, and they are like, you've lost your mind. I'm like, probably. And they respect what I do, but they don't fully understand, because how do you explain to someone who doesn't understand this realm and this work that, well, I had dreams, and in the dreams, the ancestor showed me step by step exactly what I have to do. And if I don't go and do this work, I'm not going to get a lot of the things that I need. So a lot of people out there think I'm cracked. They're probably a little bit right, because I question that, and I'd come home and I'd say to William, oh my God, I've lost my mind. We're mental. I'm putting myself in danger because of dreams and then validations from St. Gormers that yes, indeed, I have to go home. We have lost the plot. So that would be speaking to people that don't do this type of work. And I had to calm down and breathe. And then I speak to people that are in this side of the world. And sometimes I think that advice can be even more dangerous, because that advice, when you speak to some people, and I love everyone in this side of the world would be very, just have faith, Janine. Just hand it over and you'll be fine. And I'm like, just have faith that I'm going to survive a township, that I'm not going to get raped, that I'm not going to be killed, that I'm living there and I'm driving in and out of, that I'm going to be perfectly fine, is also equally as dangerous, because this is very real life and death situations I'm having in. And the level of faith I am placing in is using the last of my money, coming back here, like wondering where the money is coming from, using the last of my money and going in, trusting I'm going to come out unharmed and safe, alive, to tell the story, is how much more faith could you possibly have? So how do I have this faith? Because I don't think it is easy to just say, hand it over. I don't think it is easy when you're in real situations like this. So how do I do it? How do I have faith? Okay, there is 2 things that you need to work on in order to have real faith and to really hand something over and to trust what you are doing, to know that you are going to be okay, that you may be tested through this, but ultimately you're going to survive this. This is the best advice I can give you from somebody who's literally putting their life in danger, all right? And I am sane. I promise you, I am completely sane. The difference is that I know my ancestors. I know my spirit team very well. I work with them on a daily basis. I do extensive work to know exactly who's behind me, that I don't have any tricksters hanging around me trying to get me to do dangerous shit that isn't actually good for me. That if any tricksters try and come into my energy field, I'm like, yeah, not so much, get the hell out. That the team that I have built up over the years and that I work with, they have my back. And trust me, this is another thing that people in the spiritual world probably are not going to tell you, or not because I'm not trying to piss anyone off, because they might not know. But, dealing with the ancestors is really intense work and very serious. And I'm not belittling any other guides out there, because everyone is here to help, trust me, is that your ancestors can turn on you. Like, your ancestors can turn and get really greedy and hungry for power. And I know this because it's happened to me before, and I was lucky that myself and a healer, we managed to catch it. So you need to know your team, because when you're handing things over, you're handing it to your guides, you're handing it to your ancestors. So know who you're handing it over to. Hi, Joseph, good to hear from you. So know who you are handing it to, because you could be handing it to somebody that does not have your best interest at heart, and that's not safe. So how I'm going into this situation is, well, I know very well who I'm handing it to, and I trust them because I work with them on a daily basis. So start to do the work in building up your relationship with your ancestors. The second thing that I have faith in my abilities and why I'm heading back home is because I have faith in myself. I have faith in my intuition. I know when a dream is a dream, and I know when a dream is a message from my ancestors. I have, over the years, really gotten to know that. And even then, I have gone and paid to go and have Skype sessions with some Sangomas, two Sangomas, not just one, to validate what I saw in my dreams, to validate the messages that I got. So I know 100% this is an ego going mad. I didn't just get a dream with my ancestors going, you need to go into ceremony and go, yeah, sure, I'm going to drop everything and run. I knew what the dream meant, and I thought, okay, I need validation on this, even though in my heart I know it, but this is a big ask. This is the biggest ask I've ever had. And so I did twice. I went to two different Sangomas and I got validations on my dreams. And then I sat with it, I chewed on it, I mulled over it. I did a 7-day ceremony with my ancestors that you can do as well. I literally lit, I promised you guys techniques, so here's some more techniques, okay? I lit a white dinner candle every day for 7 days, giving my ancestors an offering, whether it be vodka, tobacco, whatever I've got special Sangoma stuff. I work with my ancestors. You do whatever you want that your ancestors want. I say vodka and brandy. I just had a client last week. He was like, actually, I really like gin. Can I give my ancestors gin? I was like, absolutely. I had another client who said, her ancestor actually used to drink gin. I was like, yeah, go for the gin. When I go home, my Sangoma, she always makes sure that there is cider there for me, because I love a Savannah cider. So because I love Savannah so much, she has it there for my ancestors and I as well, as an honoring for her, for me and for my ancestors. Light that candle for 7 days and meditate with that candle lit. You don't have to hi Vicky, you don't have to meditate for very long, but do, just ask them. Ask them for the validation, ask them for any messages that they may have for you, and sit there try to do it as long as you can, but even if it's 10, 15 minutes, and then go into dream, not right there and then, but that night when you go to bed, have a journal, start a journal. This is key. I did my 7 days journal during this process as well, and set your intent every night. And I've done quite a few videos about dreams now, because it's so important when you're working with the ancestors. Set your intent. Please give me a message about this, validate it, give me actual confirmation, make it loud and clear, because they can be quite, well, is it, isn't it? I ask for definite messages because I don't have time for, to decode sometimes. I'm like, look, just make this clear for me now. We've got serious work to do. And then I wake up and I write this message. I write the dream down, because right there and then I might not understand the dream. But going through 3 nights, 4 nights worth of dreams, the trend you start to see a trend, and things start to make more sense. So do your dream time. When you have faith in yourself, in your intuition, and that your messages coming within are true. You have validated them, you've done the work with your ancestors. When you have built a lovely relationship with your guides, your ancestors, your angels, whomever you work with, and you have faith in them, that's what makes it easier to hand it over, because you know that this is factual and not from ego, because you trust your ability, and you also know who you are handing it over to, and you trust them. And that's when everything starts aligning. And that's my version of defluffing, how to just hand things over and work with the ancestors. And it took me a very long time to realize that. I really sincerely hope that this helps some of you, because I think that sometimes the new age spirituality side of things can be quite dangerous. And I'm really saying this from my heart. I am not trying to upset anyone or stand on anyone's toes. But things like that, or things like, oh, well, it doesn't matter if I walk down this dark alley, because if something bad's going to happen to me, it was written up before I was born anyway, so it's going to happen. Really? No, we don't just do stuff like that. Like, there's a level of responsibility for your energy, responsibility for your life, and responsibility for keeping yourself safe as well as the whole, oh, you're feeling shit at the moment, you're feeling really bad. Okay, well, you feel like you're in a prison. Let's just paint that prison cell yellow. Doesn't your prison cell look better? It's still a prison cell, whether it's gray bars or yellow bars. It's difficult to move from being really anxious, depressed, stressed, and struggling into, oh my God, I'm perfect. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. That switch, it doesn't just happen that easily. There's steps and processes to take in between. And that's acceptance, and that is acknowledgement of our emotions and letting our emotions have a voice. I've done extensive videos on this, like through Facing the Storm. I think there's a video on YouTube, and I don't want to ramble on too much about it, but stay wise, because everybody's out here to try and help. But the most important thing is, like I keep saying, if you trust your intuition will tell you if something or someone is right for you or if it's not. And trust the team in the spiritual realm that you are working for. And always come from your heart. Always make sure that you're coming from a good place, not from desperation, that you are centered, that you are grounded, that you are protected, that you are breathing. Do alternate nostril breathings. Make sure you are fully in your body when you are doing this kind of work, because then you're coming from being humble and you are safer than coming from ego. And if your intent is pure and beautiful like you are, then you've got a better chance of nailing this and getting through your spiritual path. I left this video really late, and for me it feels like a very powerful message to give to some of you. And if it relates to you, please drop a comment. And if you disagree with me, drop a comment. I don't mind. I really don't mind. I'm just here to deliver the messages from my ancestors and the things that I learn along the way. And I'm not trying to call anyone wrong, because I do believe that there are so many people out here to help you. Just stay safe when you do it, and trust yourself and trust your team. I have got to run around and go shopping for the last of my South African trips, and then I've got some clients booked in at Amber today. And tonight is the last night that we are doing group drumming at Amber at 6:45. And then I'm done till mid-December. And I'm going to keep you updated on South Africa where I can. It's going to be so busy out there that I'm going to try my best to do at least some live videos, maybe share some of the ceremony parts. I can't share all of it because it's sacred, but the dancing and the chanting, I'm going to share all of that with you. So much love for you, and thank you so much for all your support during this process and my whole Gentle Warrior journey. So much love to you all. Have a very blessed week. Bye-bye.